Hello everyone, we're back. This is now video number 3 for week number 5 of our recruitment and selection series. So this is your professor, Danny Araneta Cabulay, and I will continue with our lecture. So for this particular video, we will be discussing the application form. So every time an applicant lodges his application, there would be an application letter and attached to it would be his CV. Now, once his application is accepted, he now fills up the form. Nowadays, application forms are filled out electronically. So they are in electronic format and you will have to download and fill it out and then send it to the company or maybe email it to the company. So what exactly is an application form? Well, this is an official document filled out by a person applying for a job in a company. So in the olden days, application forms were filled out manually because there would be hard copies distributed by the HR officer to the applicants on site. Nowadays, there's no such thing. It is already in electronic format, so especially with the pandemic, uh, it's usually contactless. So people would fill out the forms um, online, okay? So they will also have to attach their CV to the application form. Job applicants must be careful in filling out the application form and should avoid inconsistencies between the form and their submitted CV. For example, pag sinusulat mo yung birthday sa biodata at saka yung birthday mo sa application form dapat pareho. Yung experiences mo, kung saan ka nagtrabaho, the dates that you were employed in specific companies should match. So, kung minsan nakakakita ang mga employers or recruiters ng inconsistencies, magkakaiba yung laman ng biodata at saka ng application form. So that is going to be a cause for alarm. Tatanungin nila, bakit magkaiba? Is it the true, which one is the true entry? So it's like you're lying to the company kapag magkaiba mga entries. So they will not have a very good impression of you if they will be spotting some inconsistencies. So it's very important that one is very careful when writing entries or putting entries into the application form. One must also be neat when writing entries. In the olden days, when you still have to write, you have to be neat. No? Hindi pwedeng you will crumple the paper or make erasures or you will make mistakes. So those are the things you need to avoid. A photo of the applicant is attached together with an application letter, the CV, and other vital documents. So nowadays, ang ina-attach na natin ay electronic photograph. Okay? So before, we have to submit a 2x2 photo with a professional photo that is maybe having a plain background, plain white background. Nowadays, it's all electronic. So you have to upload your electronic photograph. Now, what are the parts of an application form? Basically, an application form is like a longer version of your CV. So you would find out that there are a lot of similarities between the two documents, one that is required by the company and one that is prepared by the employee. One of the parts of an application form would be personal details. Ano ba ang laman ng personal details? Of course, the full name of the applicant, the last name or surname, the first name, and the middle name. Then your address. Your address could be your home address, your permanent address, and your provincial address. And then your contact details. Contact details could mean telephone, mobile phone, and email address. Then your date and place of birth. Most application forms will also require you to fill out the information on your parents, the name of your father and the name of your mother, and maybe their occupations also. Okay? Then other things that they will probably ask would be gender, civil status, height and weight. Some industries would have height requirement, no, or weight requirement, like the hospitality industry, the airline industry, and so on and so forth. And then maybe they will ask you also government information like your tax identification number or TIN, your SSS and GSIS numbers, your passport, and in some cases your field health, and so on and so forth. So those are important, so they don't have to ask you those information just in case you are the one to be hired. You already have given them those information. Those are important for payroll processing. Then other documents or other information that are considered to be optional, like maybe they will ask you questions on religion, but companies are very careful now because when they ask questions about religion, there is this perception that they're discriminatory. Yes, there are companies that would prefer a particular type of religion. For example, uh, companies affiliated with the Henry C. group of companies or SM group of companies, they usually prefer members of the Iglesia ni Cristo. Okay, that is a preference by the company because they have this perception that Iglesia ni Cristo will most likely not form labor unions. Okay, that is a perception. Another part of the application form would be the educational background. So you will start with the highest level that you probably have achieved. So this could be postgraduate, graduate or postgraduate courses like master's degrees, executive programs, and doctorate degrees. Then it will be followed by your tertiary level education or your college degree. You mentioned the degree you earned, the school, and then the inclusive dates. Then the technical vocational certificates that you probably have earned. And then high school, okay, and then elementary. Now, you might want to mention if you're a professional, the license that you've earned along the way. If you're an accounting graduate, most likely you took up the CPA licensure exam, so you might want to indicate also the examination date, no? And then the rating that you obtained. Now, if you're an honor graduate in any of those levels, it's good to indicate if you are an honor graduate or a valedictorian. That would be a plus factor. Another part of the application form would be career or work history. So this would be in reverse chronological order, just like your biodata, the name of your employer, the position that you held, dates of employment, and reason for leaving. This is important because they will do a background check on you. Most likely, they will call your former employers. And then references. Just like your CV, you also have to mention work references and character references. And then finally, there will be this sworn statement. So there is a one-liner, one or two-liner at the bottom of the application form that states something like this. I swear that all information provided in this application are true to the best of my ability. I am fully aware that inaccuracy or misleading information constitutes perjury and is a ground for dismissal, or something to that effect. Now, here is the question you need to answer for video number 3. Is this sworn statement fair? If you believe it is fair, state your reasons. But if you believe that this sworn statement is not fair, then state also your reasons. Please put your answers in the comment section below. Okay? So I'll see you around for video number 4, which follows after this.